Hello, buona giornata, buenos dias, bonne journée, god dag, guten tag. Welcome everyone to the IWMF's 27th Annual Educational Forum and our third virtual forum. I am Peter Donardis, a WM patient myself and chair of the IWMF Board of Trustees, and we're thrilled that you can join us today.
I actually think that I would be a school teacher.
Well, I've always been fascinated by science, so I think I would be a scientist.
And I think I would be an historian.
And I probably will be cooking somewhere. I do enjoy the cooking process.
A little about me personally, I have 3 kids and a dog, and so my house is a zoo all the time, which is really fun.
Is that I would really recommend that you also in your professional life, that you do things you really like to do in life and in your profession.
20th century is Tom Wolfe. I think his best book was Bonfire of the Vanities.
Do I have any collections? And I have a weird collection which I collected from when I was a kid, and those are Asterix and Obelix comics.
The other thing is, do I have any collections? The answer is yes, I do. I have a couple of note. One is that I have a very extensive baseball book library that's really quite impressive, and I've read all the books that are in there and continue to grow that. And then I have a bobblehead collection too, and I've had these bobbleheads given to me by patients over the years. They know I collect them. I have a few interesting bobbleheads as well from friends, and there's even a bobblehead of myself that a patient had made for me. So those are a couple of the collections that I have.
The IWMF has been critical to me, and it's always the one thing I can say about the IWMF is with the IWMF, you're never alone. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, doesn't matter who you are, you can always reach out to the IWMF 24/7.